It's nighttime, torches flickering through the olive trees. Judas walked up to Jesus and kissed him on the cheek, the signal he'd agreed upon with the armed guards following behind. Judas whispered,
"Greetings, Rabbi."
Jesus looked at him calmly.
"Friend, do what you came to do."
Within hours, Jesus would be arrested, tried, tortured, and executed. One of his closest disciples, a man who had traveled with him for 3 years, had sold him out. All that for 30 pieces of silver. Judas Iscariot, the treasurer, the disciple who managed their money. But Judas never called Jesus Lord, only Rabbi. Teacher. Maybe he wanted a revolution, not a sacrifice. Whatever he believed, it wasn't enough. He went to the temple priests with an offer. Jesus delivered quietly, away from the crowds. The priests needed exactly this. Jesus was too dangerous, too popular. They needed him gone without a riot. The deal was struck. 30 pieces of silver. 4 months of wages. For a man who'd been living hand to mouth, following a wandering preacher with no home, no security, this was real money. Maybe the most money he'd ever held at once. Enough to survive for 6 months. Enough to buy a small piece of land. Enough to start over somewhere new, far from all of this. In that moment, those coins probably felt like freedom, like vindication, like finally getting something tangible after 3 years of uncertainty. But that number, 30 pieces of silver, it wasn't random. The Old Testament has a law. If your ox accidentally kills someone's slave, you pay the slave owner 30 pieces of silver, the price of a dead slave. And Judas took it. At first, he justified it. He told himself Jesus would escape, would finally show his power, would prove Judas right. The coins in his hand felt like justice. But then Jesus was arrested, tortured, condemned to die. And suddenly, those 30 pieces of silver felt different, heavy, burning. The weight of what he'd done consumed him. He couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't escape the image of Jesus looking at him in that garden, calling him friend. Judas went back to the temple, desperate, the coins clutched in his trembling hands. "I have sinned," he told the priests. "I betrayed innocent blood. Take it back." The priests looked at him with cold indifference. "What do we care? That's your problem." The coins were burning in his hands. He hurled them across the temple floor, 30 pieces of silver scattering, clattering, echoing through the holy space. 4 months of wages. Enough for a fresh start. Enough to be free. But not enough to undo what he'd done. Judas walked out and hanged himself. As for the priests, they used the money to buy a worthless field for burying foreigners. They called it the Field of Blood. We look at Judas and see a monster, a traitor, someone we could never be. But Judas was human. He made a choice that seemed reasonable in the moment. 4 months of wages? It doesn't sound like much. But when you're tired, disillusioned, holding real money for the first time in years, it feels like everything. How many of us have made similar choices? We betray trust for a promotion. We compromise our values to fit in. We stay silent when it's easier, safer, more profitable. We tell ourselves it's justified, that it's practical, necessary, smart, until we realize what we've actually done, until we feel the weight, until we can't take it back. Judas thought he was making a transaction. He ended up making a choice that defined his entire existence. 30 pieces of silver, 4 months of wages, the price of a dead slave. In the end, it wasn't about the money at all. It never is. If you learned something new today, then do subscribe. And if you'd like to know when the next story is released, you can turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. See you next time.